Hello everyone, my name is Hyder Abbas. I welcome you all onto the series on Terraform, which is one of the most powerful tool in the world of DevOps and cloud automation. Today, almost every company, every project uses the cloud-based infrastructure, whether it is for hosting, for storage, for databases, or for CI/CD. So anyone who are into the tech, it becomes very essential for you to know about the cloud-based infrastructure. Whenever the concept of infrastructure on cloud comes into picture, there are many tools which you may have to explore. One of the most powerful or mostly used tool when it comes to the creation of or provisioning of infrastructure on cloud is the Terraform. That is what we need to understand here. But before we see anything practically, first we need to understand why we may have to go with Terraform. What exactly Terraform is trying to solve, and then we have to understand what exactly is Terraform and how do we have to work it. Fine. For which I would like to take some examples directly. Let me open my AWS account. I hope you have some idea about any of the cloud providers. There are many cloud providers who will give the services such as Microsoft. We have GCP. We have the AWS from the Amazon. We have different cloud providers apart from this also, wherein we can provision, or we can say we can create the infrastructure which is required for our application, whether it is creating the servers or getting the databases, or getting some of the storages, anything it could be. Okay, so I'll keep in mind that you might have some fundamental idea on what these cloud providers are, right? Now I have opened my AWS. Okay, this is my AWS account, a free tier account, and you can just go here and search for EC2. Right now, since I usually work with these services directly, I have option of going with one of the service EC2 on the screen. If not, you may just have to search on this. Once you create the free tier account on AWS, you will have an option to use some of the services. I'll assume that you might have created, and I would like to create one server, or you can say one Linux virtual machine onto my cloud. Manually, I'm going to do it. See, whenever you want to provision, or you can say you want to create any of the resource or infrastructure on the cloud, there are multiple options. Every cloud platforms gives you multiple options, right? Right now on the AWS, the requirement is I want to create one Linux virtual machines. We have multiple options in AWS. Option number one, you can log into your AWS account where you will be given the web UI. You'll be given one console which is web-based console, right? Internet-based. Once you have internet connection, web-based console, you will be getting it, and you can search for the services which you want. Since I want to create a Linux machine, I would like to go to the EC2. This is one of the service which we have to use whenever you want to create a Linux machine on AWS. I would like to just click on this. If you click on this, it will redirect to this page, and I have to click on launch instances. What I'm trying to say here is that one of the option is to open the web-based console of the cloud provider, and you can create or you can provision the infrastructure which you want manually by using the user interface, right? Maybe I want to create one Linux machine. I have an option here, launch an instance. I would like to give the instance name as maybe Telusko Linux virtual machine. Any name you want you can give. I'll say here Linux machine, okay, or you can say VM, any name of your own choice. It should not create major matter of concern. After which you have option of choosing the which machine you want to go with, which flavor of Linux. I would like to go with the Amazon Linux here. I would like to click on this, and then we have an option of going through the instance type. You want how much of capacity in that machine you want, right? I want to go with the free tier because I don't want any charges there. And after which we have by default option of security groups, and I would like to just create, or you can say launch the instance, right? Now you can see select an existing key pair or create a key pair. Now I could have selected this also at the time of creating. Intentionally I have not selected this, just to let you know that whenever you are provisioning any of the resource or infrastructure on cloud platforms manually, there are chances that you might forget some of the steps. There are chances that you may miss some of the important steps. Later, going forward, you might face difficulty for the same, right? Example, here I was just creating my machine. I forgot to, click on the key pair. This is a silly mistake. It could be something else also. So if you are creating the infrastructure, provisioning the infrastructure on the cloud platforms manually using the web consoles provided by the cloud providers, there is a possibility wherein you may miss some of the steps at the time of infrastructure creation, and later you may have to struggle, right? This is one of the possibilities. Again, what if the requirement is I want to create totally 20 servers? 20 servers in the sense you may have to create 20 virtual machines. Now, you creating the 20 virtual machines manually by going through this web console is not an easy task. It is a lengthy task, a time consuming task. There are some difficulties. Now, what if you want to create some of the resources on the Azure, Microsoft Azure? Will the UI, the user interface of the web console of Azure, will it be same as AWS? The answer is no. If you want to create any of the machines or resources on the Google, maybe GCP, Google Cloud, there will the web console and the UI of whatever you get in the GCP, will it be same as Microsoft Azure or AWS? The answer is no, it will not be same. Now, you may have to explore all the UIs. It is very, very difficult. And apart from that, what if you want to create any of the resources? There is a possibility of making the mistakes. It is error prone, right? If you want to create multiple resources, then definitely it is a time consuming process. I want to convey one message that it is very difficult and there are many limitations associated with it. Whenever you want to create this infrastructure manually by going through these web browsers, or you can say user interface of the cloud providers. Now, every cloud providers provides its own way of automating the things also. In AWS, if you want to automate the infrastructure provisioning, if you want to create any of the infrastructure provisioning, automatically you can automate by using one of the service called as CloudFormation. Like CloudFormation, we have in the Microsoft Azure, we have something called as a resource manager. Similar that every cloud provider may have its own way to automate this, but that is again specific to a fixed cloud provider. Example, if you want to automate the infrastructure creation process in AWS, we have something called as CloudFormation. Can you use CloudFormation to automate the infrastructure creation in the Microsoft Azure? No, the answer is no, because it is something different there in the Microsoft Azure. Same thing, something different in the GCP and any other cloud platforms or any other cloud providers. Now the question is, do we have anything common using which we can automate the infrastructure creation, and also wherein we have an option to maintain the history? We can version it to the Git and know how and when we have made the changes in the infrastructure creation, and with such script which can be reused any time, any number of time. We can just write the script once, maybe to create a virtual machine, and same script you can run it for multiple times. We do have any option? The answer is yes. That's where the concept of Terraform comes into picture. Using a single tool, you can create or provision the infrastructure on the AWS also, Microsoft Azure also, GCP also, or any other cloud providers also. It is for the infrastructure provisioning, or in simplified words, it is to create the infrastructure. You want to create the servers, you need not to do it manually. You can, of course, you can do it, but again, it has its own limitations and problems associated. We do have an option wherein using one tool, you can automate the process of infrastructure creation onto the multiple cloud providers using Terraform. Now, Terraform is one of the most powerful tool which we use in the industry to automate the process of infrastructure provisioning, or you can say infrastructure creation, which is developed by one company called as HashiCorp, right? And it follows its own syntax to write the script in the Terraform file. which is HCL, HashiCorp Configuration Language, HCL. Using this HCL, you can write the code in order to automate the process of creation of infrastructure provisioning on any cloud platforms. Terraform supports for multi-cloud platforms. Using the Terraform, you can create or provisioning the infrastructure on almost all the famous cloud providers which we have here. Not just famous, almost every cloud provider nearly. You can use the same tool in order to automate the process of creating any of the resources, or you can say infrastructure creation or provisioning. Fine. Also, it is free and open source. You need not to pay or you need not to buy any license in order to use Terraform. It is free for everyone. However, if you create any of the resources on any of the cloud platforms which are paid resources using the Terraform, you may have to pay. You are not paying it for a Terraform, you are paying for the cloud providers. Example, you want to create a S3 bucket on AWS. Now for that, maybe you're using Terraform to automate the infrastructure or S3 bucket creation. If you are creating that, you are not paying for Terraform. To use Terraform to write the HCL, to write the scripts or to write the code in order to automate the process of S3 bucket creation, it is free. You are not paying it for Terraform. It is free and open source. However, if you are creating any of the resources on any of the cloud platforms, if that resource is paid there, you may have to pay for the cloud provider, not for the Terraform. It is absolutely free. So let me open the site of the Terraform here, which you can see here. If you just search for Terraform by HashiCorp. So Terraform is an infrastructure as a code, IAC. Infrastructure as a code refers to writing the code in order to provision the infrastructure, in order to create the infrastructure. We are going to write a code. How are we going to write the code? Which language are we going to use? It is HCL, right? So let me just open this Terraform by HashiCorp. You can see Terraform is an infrastructure as a code tool that lets you build, change, version infrastructure safely and efficiently. Fine. And for which we just have to use its own language, which is the HCL. Let me just click on this. We have an option. You can go through the official documents also. Now we are going to first install this Terraform in two ways. I'll be showing you how to install Terraform locally in your machine. Also, how to install the Terraform on the virtual machine which I'm going to create on the cloud. Okay, so maybe irrespective of the operating system your laptop has, you can follow any of these steps, both the ways. Also manually also on your local system, if not also onto the cloud. Maybe I'll create one Linux machine on my AWS. Onto that machine I will install the Terraform, and then we will try to understand how exactly we may have to work with the Terraform.